Hello friends, Iceberg with Dylan Brothers Harley-Davidson, and today I'm going to take you through a walkthrough of some vintage old school. We have a 1979 FXS Super Glide Shovelhead. Alright, so I get excited when we get bikes like this on trade because you just don't see them all the time, especially now. This is a 79 Shovelhead on our floor. Is it in absolute perfect condition? No, it's a 1979 Shovelhead. But this is a nice customized bike, and that engine is rock solid. The shovels came out in 1966 and they had an 18-year run, so they ran up through 1984. Just one of the most beautiful engines Harley's put out, in my opinion. That has nothing to do with the way it runs, anything like that. It's just the style of it. To me, growing up in that period and seeing a lot of Shovelheads on the road is why it takes me back to being a kid and really why I love these engines so much. This particular shovel is going to be an 80 cubic inch engine on here. It is going to be air cooled, and it has a 4-speed transmission on this bike. And unlike most Harleys, back in the day, the final drive on this motorcycle is chain. Another note on this engine that I forgot to bring up, but I'm sure pretty much a lot of people will know it, but I am going to put it out there just in case. This is going to be a carbureted engine. And another thing to bring up as well, there is no electric start on this motorcycle. This is 100% kick start only. So this is definitely throwback old school. There is no modern day technology on here. You are going to kick this engine over to get it rolling down the road. Let's move up front on the Super Glide here, where you have the 19-inch all-spoked front wheel, classic 70s, that pizza cutter style, the spoked chrome wheel on there. And then this motorcycle does have a front brake, so I know a lot of them that have been customized, people will take the front brake off of it. This motorcycle does have the front brake on here, which is nice. Not everyone's used to riding a motorcycle with only a rear brake. So to have the front brake on here is a nice touch for sure. We're going to move up where you have everything chromed out on the front end. Your trees are chromed out, and then you're moving up to these very nice, and I do believe actually original handlebars on this motorcycle from '79. I could be wrong, but it definitely, by taking a glance at them, does look like it, because it has that nice kind of design right here where it clamps on at the riser, kind of back to that old school flavor that you don't see on a lot of bikes anymore. But don't quote me, I'm not 100% sure if those original bars or not, but they certainly do look like it. What is not original is moving to the end where you do have some aftermarket Harley-Davidson grips on here. These are going to be nice for comfort. They add a nice little flavor and style to it as well. And then you do also have the very nice brake reservoir, all done in chrome with the Harley-Davidson logo on top there. All right, let's move to the gas tank on this motorcycle, where you can see this has been custom painted. I am going to take the camera over it so you can see the paint is kind of chipping away from there. Once again, this bike was a custom job. I am not entirely sure what year this was painted, but it definitely looks like it was painted a while ago. And some of it is peeling and flaking, and we like to be very straightforward and upfront about that. Once again, this is a 1979 motorcycle, so it is not going to be in absolute mint condition. But as you can see, if you are a skull fan, you have an airbrushed skull on here. Once again, kind of peeling away in certain places, but if you're into that, then this definitely has the skulls and stuff for you. Moving up, and I like going over here, I just love the old school dual gauges on here. And as you can see on this motorcycle, as it sits, it has 26,231 miles on it. So it has been ridden, it does have miles, and as far as we know to our knowledge, that odometer is correct. You have the nice RPMs down below it, and then you have the chrome running across in the middle of the gas tank, kind of setting it all off. Moving to the center of the bike, where it does have an aftermarket Corbin seat. Corbins are known for being very sturdy and really helping out your lower back. That's what Corbins are very much known for. They're not the most comfortable seat on the planet. They're going to be a little bit rough on your backside, but keeping your back nice, stiff, and in line is what Corbins are famous for. And so you can do some nice riding on here. And this is done up 2-up style as well on here, and you do have the 2-up passenger pegs on this bike as well. Moving to the back, and one of my favorite pieces on these motorcycles. I'm just such a huge fan of them. I can't really explain why, but I just love the ducktailed rear fender. That's just something that I wish like every motorcycle had. I just think they're so cool looking. It really is that throwback old school style, because this is a actual throwback old school motorcycle. Once again, you have some custom painting going on here. A little bit of skeleton hands, some bats, and that kind of stuff. Once again, if that's stuff you're into, awesome. This bike is ready to rock and roll. Do always remember, though, you can get a paint job done for pretty affordable. So if the paint is something that you're not into, always remember you can strip this bad boy down, have it painted to any color you want that suits your style and flavor, because I do understand that skeletons and wizards and bats and stuff may not be everyone's flavor, and that's okay. You can definitely get the bike painted for sure. And last but not least, on the rear, you have the 16-inch all-spoked wheel on here as well, which gives this motorcycle that aggressive chopper-style look that it has, where it's a little bit slammed in the rear, and then kind of that nice rake up front with the larger 19-inch front tire. I have to tell you, and I said in the beginning of the video before, this bike is not in mint condition, but it is a strong running 1979 Shovelhead, and you just don't see those very often, especially at a dealership in trade-in. So one other thing I would like to put out there as well is that, yes, this bike is priced at an incredible price. You can go to our website. I'll have the link below so you can see the pricing on it. I would not recommend this motorcycle to a new rider. I wouldn't look at that as going, well, I can get that bike, and this is not a new rider bike. This is going to be a motorcycle that's going to require a rider that's maybe a little bit mechanically inclined, because you are going to wrench on this. You are going to have to turn some wrenches on this motorcycle. You are going to have to do some maintenance pretty much after every ride on a motorcycle like this. You're going to want to go through and torque spec things. You're going to want to check this stuff out. So as I said, I'm not trying to deter anyone. I'm just being forthright that this is not a motorcycle I would recommend for a first-time rider. So with that in mind, if you are interested in this 79 Shovelhead, please give a call, stop out at Dillon Brothers Harley-Davidson, come check it out in person. It is a really nice bike. Yes, it has its flaws, but other than that, this is a very nice and custom 1979 Shovelhead. So do come, stop out, check it out, take it out for a test ride, and see what you think. And as always, from the entire Dillon Brothers Harley-Davidson family, thank you so much for checking out our videos, and always remember, gear up, ride safe. Thanks a lot.